New tonight, a Rochester crash turns deadly. A senior in high school pulled off life support today. We hear from her family tonight.
And today was quite the contrast to Saturday, but it was relatively dry for outdoor activities and yard work. But changes are coming. We'll look at what you can expect overnight coming up.
Plus, the numbers are in. How did Rochester Pride stack up to years past? We find out coming up.
KIMT News 3, coverage you can count on. This is KIMT News 3 Sunday.
Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight at 10 o'clock. I'm Kamie Roesler. And we do begin with breaking news tonight. A Rochester crash turns deadly. Tonight we have learned an Owatonna 18-year-old died in the crash just outside of Apache Mall last night. This is Olivia Flores. Her family has confirmed her passing. I spoke with her aunt earlier tonight. She said Olivia passed away at 2:57 this afternoon. She says her family was by her side as they took her off life support. I also heard from her father. He told me she was so excited to graduate from Owatonna High School on June 7th. She was the captain of the football, cheer, and basketball teams, involved in young life, and she was loved by so many, he said. I was at the scene of the crash last night. I actually took this video, and her family tells me she was in that silver car that we just saw. It was to the right here of the state trooper car. That car right there. As of right now, we are awaiting more information from RPD, State Patrol, and any other outside investigators from this crash scene as to what happened. At this time, it is not known who was at fault. We do rather know a State Patrol trooper was involved. You saw the car. The crash occurred at the intersection of Memorial Parkway Southwest and 12th Street Southwest, just north of the Apache Mall. It happened at 5:45 last night. Again, in total, 7 people transported for medical care, with 18-year-old Olivia Flores passing away from her injuries earlier today. Let's check in on weather now. Meteorologist Travis Clark-Smith joins us with a look at what we can expect as another week is ahead, and we are looking at some storms possibly.
Yeah, Kamie, we could be looking at some storms for the first half of the week, and Tuesday especially. We are tracking the potential for severe weather. But for right now, things are pretty quiet, relatively cool. 59 degrees right now in Rochester, with the majority of the viewing area still in the 60s. Austin, 64. Same in Albert Lee, Mason City, and Tri-City, both at 63 degrees, with relatively clear to partly cloudy skies. Now, overnight, things will be changing as we do have some thunderstorms out to our west, and temperatures will also be on the increase as we have a warm front that will be passing through. So first part of the night will be in the lower 60s, and as we go through the overnight hours, we can expect to see some lightning and hear some rumbles of thunder as we go through the overnight hours. Now again, we are tracking some storms overnight, and we'll be tracking more storms going into Tuesday as well, with the potential for severe weather. I will go into details on all of that coming up in our full forecast in just a little bit. Kamie?
All right, some big news here tonight. The Wolves win. It was a thriller in Denver this evening as the Minnesota Timberwolves and Denver Nuggets squared off in Game 7 of the Western Conference semifinals, and the Wolves win in thrilling fashion. 98-90, eliminating the reigning champion Denver Nuggets. The Wolves were able to erase a 20-point deficit in this one, which isn't very Minnesota-esque of them, right? Karl Anthony Towns and Jaden McDaniels both had 23 points. Anthony Edwards was held to 16, but the Wolves managed to pull it off. They will play the Mavericks on Wednesday of this coming week. So some exciting news for Minnesota fans there. New tonight in Rochester, 2 vehicles caught fire outside a Rochester apartment building. The Rochester Fire Department says it happened around 6:18 tonight at the Andover Park Apartments. That's in southeast Rochester. After receiving several emergency calls about a fire in the location, fire crews went to the scene. They say they found flames consuming 2 vehicles and spreading to the nearby apartment building. Now, crews quickly put out the fires. You can see the flames here and knocked down the flames, threatening those apartments right there. Firefighters searched the building to check for smoke or flames, but the fire was limited to the 2 vehicles and the outside of the apartment complex. RFD says there was significant damage to the 2 cars and slight damage to a third. Siding did melt on the apartment building, with no other obvious exterior damage, though. Thankfully, no one was hurt. No word yet on what caused the fires. A man has been airlifted to Mayo Clinic in Rochester after his Yamaha scooter collided with a van in Albert Lea. This happened earlier today. It happened just after 1 o'clock this afternoon. An 87-year-old man was driving north on Bridge Avenue in his van when he attempted to turn west onto Western Street. Christopher Sill was the 35-year-old traveling south on Bridge Avenue when he was struck. The driver of the van failed to yield to the scooter. Now, this is just south of the Quick Trip on Bridge Avenue, so just south of Interstate 90. According to Albert Lea police, Sill suffered serious injuries. He did not have a helmet on at the time of the crash or a proper motorcycle license that is required. St. John's Lutheran Church held a fundraiser for the American Cancer Society's Dodge County Relay for Life this morning with all-you-can-eat Belgian waffle sale and silent auction. The St. John's Warrior Relay team is one of several in Dodge County that is raising money to help fight cancer ahead of the August 2nd relay race. The fundraiser was held in partnership with Dad's Belgian Waffles. Anyone was free to stop by the waffle buffet from 8:30 to 11:30 this morning for a $10 ticket price. And our Evan Berg was there. The team said it's more than 200 visitors turn out for the event. The silent auction featured a variety of prizes, including snacks, a car cleaning kit, and even a few date nights. Attendees were also able to buy luminary bags honoring community members who have passed away from cancer and those who are currently struggling to fight the disease.
Cancer has affected everyone in a certain way. It has affected my family personally. My other half had colon cancer last year and is a survivor. So we're celebrating that today, as well as all the survivors, and celebrating the ones that have passed on.
Now, the team announced that by the end of the fundraiser, it had made around $2,000 between the silent auction and the waffle bar. Minnesota Energy Resources has debuted Pepsi, a dog from Albert Lea, as its new ambassador dog for its 811 services to encourage Minnesota homeowners to call before you dig when working on projects in your yard. In Minnesota, you are legally required to call 2 days in advance before you dig to avoid hitting any natural gas or water lines. If you can call ahead and check and you still hit something, it can even help you avoid liability for any accidents that might occur. Minnesota Energy Resources says it chooses a dog to be spokesperson for its 811 services every year on its Facebook page and website because dogs are notorious for, well, you know, digging things up without asking. So if they can learn, you can too. Pepsi is an Aussie Doodle. Pepsi's owner said that it meant a lot to her to see her dog win the title this year.
I was just planting a little shrub. It wasn't going to be very deep, and I did cut something. And I paid a lot of money because I had to pay 100% of that repair. So it's an important message for me. I know I learned my lesson, and I'm really good about calling. Even if it's just going to be a 1-foot hole, you never know where those lines are going to be.
It's a very important message. Safety is our #1 priority as a natural gas utility.
Okay, so an owner who has experience with problems digging and a really, really cute dog. As payment for her services, Pepsi received a $100 gift card to the Albert Lea Pet Authority, where she has already bought a lot of dog treats to celebrate her new position. Rochester Pride wrapped up this weekend, and I spoke with organizers today, and they say they saw an uptick from years past. They say they saw approximately 5,000 event attendees, slightly larger than last year. A major deal for Minnesota lawmakers as the deadline looms at midnight. That's right, the session is almost over. If Lyft and Uber drivers will stick around, find out next.
Pulver Towing has been a family business for 5 generations since 1920. They're there when you need them, no matter when it is. Pulver Towing tows it all, no job too big or too small, and is always dedicated to making sure the job is done right. Pulver Towing has been a part of the Rochester and surrounding communities for over 75 years. Contact Pulver Towing if you are in need at 507-282-3851. Pulver Towing, there when you need them.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Schwabel Getz and Sieben today.
I was working in the oil fields of North Dakota, and I got hit by a car.
It was reassuring knowing Schwabel Getz and Sieben were the advocates looking out for us. There were multiple insurance companies and multiple states involved. Schwebel, Getz, and Sieben had that under control.
We had great confidence in them, knowing that everything was taken care of.
Call Schwebel, Getz, and Sieben for a free consultation or visit schwebel.com.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We're normal people just like you. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Minnesota Army National Guard. Aired by the Minnesota Broadcasters Association and this station.
If you see something you might think newsworthy happening in your area, call the KIMT News 3 tip line. Call 1-800-323-4883. Watch KIMT News 3 for the latest local news.
It's Ford SUV season. Time to get out there and take on adventure in a whole new way. Start with great offers on Ford Escape, Explorer, Mustang Mach-E, and Expedition. And experience Ford Blue Cruise hands-free highway driving. Available on select vehicles. It's Ford SUV season. Let's get going. Now get your favorite Ford SUV with financing as low as 1.9% for 66 months. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Yeah.
A major move in the Minnesota legislature just in the nick of time. A deal with rideshare companies in the cities, such as Lyft and Uber, has been made. DFL lawmakers and Governor Tim Walz say they have a deal to keep Uber and Lyft in the state while also increasing driver pay and protections. And perhaps more importantly, Uber says its team is agreeing to the deal. Uber's policy director, Josh Gold, said in a statement today, "We applaud the tens of thousands of riders and drivers who sent close to 100,000 emails to lawmakers." The deal would put in a new rate for drivers of $1.28 per mile and 31 cents per minute. That's 12 cents a mile and 20 cents per minute less than the Minneapolis city ordinance. But DFL House Majority Leader Jamie Long says this still amounts to a 20% increase in driver pay. The legislative solution would supersede the ordinance passed by the city council. Both Uber and Lyft had threatened to leave the state if the ordinance went into effect. It's a deal that has Democrats celebrating and Republicans asking why they weren't included.
So no Republicans were involved in any of the negotiations or anything that was going on this, and we have made ourselves available throughout the entire process that Republicans want to be at the table. The way that I learned, there was apparently an agreement, and it was going to be announced tonight at this press conference, was on Twitter.
This deal still needs to pass both the House and Senate before Governor Walz could sign it into law. It has already been passed in the House.
This is hard. No one else has been able to do this in the country. And I think what you heard here, they set a standard in this across the country, making sure that folks are able to get their rides when they need them, but that the drivers are being paid accordingly to make that happen.
So we know that Uber is on board. We have yet to hear back from Lyft. A traffic alert for Mason City that could impact the morning commute. Starting tomorrow, westbound lanes in the 300 block of 19th Street Southwest between Jefferson and Madison Avenues will be reduced to one lane each way through Friday. Crews will be repairing a water main there. Also in Iowa, looking ahead, Life Serve Blood Center is calling on the North Iowa community to consider donating blood next Friday. It's hosting a blood drive at the Harrison Ford in Clear Lake. The organization says it takes about an hour, and the blood you can donate could save up to 3 lives. The blood drive will be open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you're interested in donating, you could schedule an appointment online by following the link on our website. That's KIMT.com.
And we're tracking some good rain incoming for the week ahead, and we're also tracking the potential for some severe weather, especially on Tuesday. We'll talk about it in your full Storm Team 3 weather forecast coming up right after the break.
Join Kamie Roesler on KIMT News 3 weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. Coverage you can count on.
Head on
in to Fleet Farm to take your lawn and garden to the next level this spring. This week, get Miracle-Gro Garden Soil on sale for only $3.99. Pick up 3 pounds of Scott's Turf Builder Sun and Shade Grass Seed at the lowest price of the season, just $12.99. And stop by our garden center to shop over 100 different types of seed and plant varieties. Find everything you need for your everyday life at Fleet Farm.
For moderate to severe Crohn's disease, Skyrizi is the first IL-23 inhibitor that can deliver remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to. Liver problems may occur in Crohn's disease.
Control of Crohn's means everything to me. Ask your guest to enter about Skyrizi. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
At Spectrum, we know that internet is a vital tool to help you fulfill your dreams.
My dream is to become a video game developer.
My dream is to get my online college degree. Unfortunately, federal funding for the Affordable Connectivity Program is ending. That's why Spectrum designed affordable internet and mobile solutions to keep you connected. We are committed to delivering reliable, affordable internet and unlimited mobile to keep you connected to what matters most to you.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard work. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now.
Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP. Visit ChevyDeals.com.
We track storms to alert you first. This is KIMT Storm Team 3. Weather coverage you can count on.
Meteorologist Travis Clark-Smith joins us once again as we head into another work week. And keeping an eye on weather, it looks like it's going to be a busy week, especially for you.
Yeah, it's looking like at least the first couple days of the week, us meteorologists are going to be pretty busy. We've been pretty busy so far this weekend, keeping an eye on things that are going to be coming up, especially on Tuesday. Now, right now, things are pretty quiet, but that will be changing as we go through the overnight hours. For the afternoon highs for today, 70 was the pretty popular number on the board as Rochester, Preston, Albert Lee, Dodge Center, and Forest City all had 70 degrees for their highs. A little bit warmer in Charles City at 73, Mason City at 72, right around normal at 69 for our average high on May the 19th. Now, what can we expect? Well, we have got some storms that are going to be coming through overnight, but right now in downtown Rochester, things are looking pretty nice. We had a few rain showers earlier, but right now 59 degrees, pretty clear skies. Winds out of the southeast at about 9 miles per hour. Saying hello to Mason City, where it's still a little bit warmer at 63 degrees with those winds out of the east, closer to 15 miles per hour. Now, satellite and radar, you can see those showers that passed through earlier this evening, and they've kind of cleared out. And we have a few scattered showers still hanging around, especially over Fillmore County and then into Mitchell County in Iowa. As we go through the night, though, these storms here are going to be what's going to be passing through the area about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So we are going to be hearing some raindrops, and you probably see some lightning and hear some rumbles of thunder if you happen to be awake at that hour. But hopefully many of us will be sleeping through it as we go through the night. And the showers will be tapering off probably around 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. Now, the chances of rain will continue through the week. Tuesday, everyone is going to be seeing some very beneficial rainfall, but that also comes to the price of the chance of severe weather, which I'll show you here in just a second. As we time things out, you can see right now we've got some storms down to our southwest, and those will be moving through the area again around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So if you do get woken up by that lightning and thunder, don't be surprised. Now, by the time we start getting ready for school and getting around to about noontime, things will be tapering off, the clouds will part, and we'll have actually a pretty nice afternoon for Monday before our next chance of rain comes through overnight Monday into Tuesday morning, as you see here at 11 o'clock tomorrow night. And again, another probably rough night, Monday night into Tuesday, but Tuesday afternoon and evening is where we are expecting the bigger chance of severe weather. Now, for tomorrow, we do have a level 1 risk in place. Main threat is going to be wind, maybe some small hail, but then on Tuesday, we are looking at a level 3 or enhanced risk of severe weather out of a 5-level system. Now, that means all types of severe weather are possible. Hail, damaging wind gusts, and yes, even a few tornadoes are possible. So it's very important that you download that KIMT Storm Team 3 weather app, because that will keep you up to date as quickly as possible. Us meteorologists will be on top of this throughout the week, so stay tuned to KIMT News 3. We will keep track of those storms and help keep you and your family safe. Now, for tonight, 60 degrees is where we will end up with some rain and thunderstorms through the night. Winds out of the southeast around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Getting up to 74 degrees with those showers and thunderstorms tapering off in the morning. And then we will have a nice afternoon with winds out of the southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, let's take a look at that 7-day forecast where your weekend is always in view. Kamie, I've highlighted Tuesday in red because of that severe weather chance, but then we will cool down on Wednesday into the 60s and kind of moderate a little bit back into the 70s for the rest of the week, with a couple more chances of rain, and then some isolated thunderstorms next Sunday.
Okay, a little more spring-like.
Yes.
With the rain and cooler temperatures. Cooler but nice. So you'll be busy on Tuesday.
Yes, absolutely.
Aaron sent an email out earlier. We'll have Storm Tracker likely out in some spots taking a look at things.
Probably me and Sean are going to be heading out. So.
On that note, do you have any message for folks if severe weather does hit? Because I see terrible videos on social media every day of people not taking cover when a tornado is coming their way or severe weather.
So anytime that a warning is issued, or I mean, even if you're outside and you hear thunder, the saying is, when thunder roars, go indoors. Get inside, get into a sturdy shelter, turn on your TV, tune to KIMT News 3. We'll be here for you. That KIMT Storm Team 3 weather app is absolutely essential. That gives you those alerts while you're out on the go. So.
All right. Be smart out there. We'll keep you posted on Tuesday. Travis, thank you so much. Trout Day is complete. It's the annual weekend celebration in Preston where community members come together to celebrate trout. The weekend's festivities featured the town's Trout Day Parade, free fishing lessons, courtesy of riftless fly fishing, and a 9-hole fishing course where residents could angle for trout at the city's most popular spots. Visitors at the event's pop-up marketplace said that the event was a good way for community members and visitors from out of town learn more about trout fishing.
I'm enjoying Trout Day. It's beautiful weather we have here. There's a little wind, but that doesn't ruin anything. We've got things taped down here on the table. But yeah, the sunshine is glorious. The people here are friendly, and everybody's coming and stopping and talking. It's been a good time.
A good weekend for Trout Days. It wrapped up this morning with an adult tractor pull.
Because this vehicle was on scene, it's my estimate that we didn't lose another 6 to 10 officers that day.
Scars remain on the armored vehicle used in Burnsville. Today, 3 first responders were killed. The Rosemount Police Department shows the damage and explains its potential to save lives.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can capture all the summer fun. Wow, my favorite party trick.
Right now, you can lease a new Toyota RAV4 for $309 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
Choice Hotels is a family of brands with a hotel for any traveler you want to be. Like a craft cocktail connoisseur at the Cambria Hotel Bar.
Or Mr. Tackle the Inbox so it's room service time at a Radisson Hotel. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
Ooh, effervescent.
Good
Good morning. Time to walk the dog. Shower. Get to wear. Hey, Sean, what's the weather?
And I'm tracking the potential for storms moving on in this afternoon.
Get the kids off to school. What happened overnight?
Breaking news from overnight.
What would I do without you, Annalise?
We're live on the scene with the latest information.
Got it. Thanks. Now I'm ready to start my day.
Good morning, and thanks for waking up with us.
A great day starts with KIMT News 3's Daybreak. Coverage you can count on.
KIMT and Midwest Construction are proud to bring you the North Iowa Band Festival Parade. The bands will be lined up, the floats all decorated, and the candy ready to be given to the kids. Join KIMT News 3 Daybreak anchors Ryan Genty and Annalise Johnson Saturday, May 25th at 10 a.m. as they bring you all the sights and sounds of the parade. Coverage of the 85th North Iowa Band Festival Parade is brought to you by Midwest Construction and KIMT. Check out the Mason City Live Eye, sponsored by Johnson Heating and Air Conditioning of Mason City. Our team is ready to serve you. Join KIMT Storm Team 3 for your daily weather and check out the latest view from the Mason City Live Eye in the sky.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can capture all the summer fun. Wow, my favorite party trick.
Right now, you can lease a new 2024 Toyota Corolla for $219 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
Transform your home in one weekend and get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Menards offers a great collection of Cabot stains to bring your wood projects to life. Cabot Australian Timber Oil is perfect for decks, railings, siding, and outdoor furniture. It enriches the color and wood grain while providing maximum penetration, durability, and water repellency. Get a gallon today for $49.98. Plus, get an 11% rebate now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
An armored vehicle used in Burnsville when a gunman opened fire and killed 3 first responders in February is still showing damage from the attack. The damage was a big talker when the deadly shooting did happen. Now the Rosemount police chief is sharing more about this vehicle.
You can see some of the holes here.
Even after being repaired.
You can see where one went through the hinge here. There's a big gaping hole.
The scars remain.
You can see some of these rounds that skip down the ballistic armor to protect the people on the inside of the vehicle.
Scars on the Rosemount Police Department's Bearcat, the armored vehicle used in Burnsville on February 18th as Shannon Gooden murdered 2 officers and a firefighter paramedic.
We believe that the suspect shot over 100 times in that incident. The Bearcat took 41 of those rounds. We were able to give medical treatment behind the safety of this armored vehicle and attempt to save those officers' lives while still taking fire from the suspect. Because this vehicle was on scene, it's my estimate that we didn't lose another 6 to 10 officers that day.
Rosemount Police Chief Mike Dahlstrom will use the Burnsville incident as one example, but believes the vehicle's importance is proved in incidents you never hear about, where no one is hurt, such as one suicidal man in Rosemount who was pointing a gun at police.
And because you're behind a windshield that's ballistic, armor that's ballistic, we didn't need to use force against someone that was pointing a gun in our direction.
Vehicles like these are controversial, and politicians are divided.
There's concern, not just from me, but from a lot of members of the community about militarization of police.
State Representative Aisha Gomez expressed that concern in this year's legislative session when the topic of purchasing the vehicles with state money was raised.
There are no words.
But fellow Democrat Congresswoman Angie Craig this week unveiled a bill to free up restrictions to purchase Bearcat with federal funds.
This isn't an offensive tool. It's a defensive tool or a reactive tool.
With between 20 and 50 deployments each year, Chief Dahlstrom thinks opponents don't realize the Bearcat allows police to safely handle many situations the way critics want.
It allows us to bring those negotiators, those crisis workers, our social workers, and actually put them in the front seat and make a personal connection with people.
The Bearcat was out of service for about 1 month after the Burnsville shooting. Here's a live look over downtown Rochester. Oh, we saw some lightning there. Travis will join us once again with a look at weather when we come back.
From the KIMT Storm Team 3 weather coverage on KIMT.com and the KIMT Storm Team 3 weather app.
We track storms so you don't have to. Get updates directly from us on the KIMT Storm Team 3 weather app.
Be the first to know what's brewing with life-saving alerts, current regional forecasts, and even our KIMT live stream.
Get your local weather straight from the source. Download the app today.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. So get $3,500 purchase cash on select GMC Sierra models, or get a total of $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. We are professional grade GMC.
Nothing dims my light like a migraine. With Nurtec ODT, I found relief.
The only migraine medication that helps treat and prevent all in one.
To those with migraine, I see you.
For the acute treatment of migraine with or without aura and the preventive treatment of episodic migraine in adults. Don't take if allergic to Nurtec ODT. Allergic reactions can occur even days after using. Most common side effects were nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain.
It's time we all shine. Talk to a healthcare provider about Nurtec ODT from Pfizer.
Is a home remodeling project in your future? KIMT and the Window Source of Mason City want to help. Go to the KIMT.com contest page and click on the KIMT Home Improvement Giveaway to enter. You could win up to $5,000 to make over your home, or a chance to win a new, beautiful Wadena front entry door from the Window Source, where they make buying new windows, doors, and siding easy. The KIMT Home Improvement Giveaway, brought to you by the Window Source of Mason City and KIMT.
KIMT and Midwest Construction are proud to bring you the North Iowa Band Festival Parade. The bands will be lined up, the floats all decorated, and the candy ready to be given to the kids. Join KIMT News 3 Daybreak anchors Ryan Genty and Annalise Johnson Saturday, May 25th at 10 a.m. as they bring you all the sights and sounds of the parade. Coverage of the 85th North Iowa Band Festival Parade is brought to you by Midwest Construction and KIMT.
I'm KIMT Sports Director Mary Peters, and it's time to get ready to tee off for the $1 Million Hole-in-One Shootout. Sign up today for your chance to win $1 million and raise funds for the First Tee program and the Elks Lodge. Qualifying rounds at Hadley Creek Golf Course and Learning Center begin on Tuesday, June 25th, for a chance to take the $1 million shot on Friday, June 28th. Special thanks to Eagle Rock Bank, iHeartMedia, and KIMT for their continued support. See you on the green.
Check out the Mason City Live Eye, sponsored by Johnson Heating and Air Conditioning of Mason City. Our team is ready to serve you. Join KIMT Storm Team 3 for your daily weather and check out the latest view from the Mason City Live Eye in the sky.
As we wrap up tonight, we want to share with you again our lead story. An 18-year-old girl from Owatonna has died after the crash near Apache Mall last night. This is Olivia Flores. We spoke with her dad this evening. He said she was so excited to graduate from Owatonna High School on June 7th. She was the captain of the football cheer and basketball cheer teams and is loved by so many, he said. As of right now, we are awaiting more information from RPD, State Patrol, and any outside investigators from this crash scene as to what happened. At this time, it is not known who was at fault. We do know a State Patrol trooper was involved. This was just north of the Apache Mall. In lighter news tonight, the Med City 5K was yesterday. The marathon and half marathon and 20-mile run was today. And people of all backgrounds and running styles made it out, including this runner who apparently was making a pizza while running the 5K. There you go. This was posted by Pasquale Pressa of Pasquale's Pizzeria. I cannot confirm if he was messing with that pasta and sauce for the full 3.1 miles, but either way, it was pretty funny, Travis. Good weather for it, too, making pizza there in the 5K.
Yeah, and I tell you, that's way too much multitasking for me. But hey, you know, as we are headed out in the morning to send the kids out to school, you might want to send them out with the umbrellas. It's going to be pretty wet and stormy first thing in the morning, but showers will taper off through the afternoon. 74 degrees for our afternoon high. And taking a look at that KIMT +3 10-day forecast. Remember, we have Tuesday highlighted in red because of the severe weather chance, but otherwise a relatively good week ahead with temperatures in the 70s.
All right, thank you so much, and thanks to you for joining us tonight. Daybreak starts as early as 4:30 tomorrow morning. See you then.
Create your